Hello, so the goal of this video is to get your modern, fresh design for your Facebook page cover, and this quick guide will apply to getting a stunning layout for any social media network. I'll try to keep things simple, and I bet you'll be surprised on how easy it is to use Adobe Photoshop, even if you never opened anything photo related except Microsoft Paint maybe. So let's proceed. From the start, you have two distinct options. One, outsource the work, and two, do it yourself. I'll cover both so you have freedom of choice and go with the option that suits you best. If you decide to outsource the work, you can get it done on either sites like Fiverr for just $5 or on freelancing sites for anything from $100 to maybe $300. I myself did freelance work for close to 5 years, and the fee I charged was $180 for full social media setup, and this included all the design work, page integration with various apps, basically everything I'll cover in the setup module of this course. In terms of pros and cons of going the outsourcing way is that it will take less of your time but a bigger budget. However, in terms of actual time, expect everything to be done in 1-2 weeks, considering that you have to first find a freelancer, discuss your vision of the project, give feedback, and eventually have everything set up. Your second option, the do-it-yourself, I find better for multiple reasons. One, you can literally have your social media accounts all set up within 24 hours of watching this course, with an estimated budget of less than $20 depending on how fancy you want to get. And two, you will be learning something new, more precisely how to use basic functions of Adobe Photoshop. Now, you're not going to become a designer in 10 minutes and have a career change, but knowing the basics in any field would save you a lot of time and potential headaches. For me, knowing how to change some text and move layers around helped my business to deliver work faster. For example, if a client wanted a custom cover for Facebook, my company designer created it and sent it. But at 7 p.m., the client emailed me and said he wants a small change, and then we can start work on the ongoing management part of our contract. Since I worked 12 hours a day and was still in the office, I made the change myself, emailed him in 10 minutes with the updated version, so the next day we already proceed with the second milestone. Thus my company was generating revenue faster. The alternative would be to wait until the next day when the designer came to the office, made the change, then emailed the work. The client would answer again late, since we're living in different time zones, and give a go on the next milestone. But by now, 2 business days have passed, and if the weekend follows, instead of starting the next milestone on a Wednesday, we start next Monday. This is my personal example on why using the do-it-yourself option is a better choice for you in the long run. So we've been talking about this for the past few minutes. Why not actually show you what's involved? So obviously, I'm not going to ask you to create a stunning design from scratch. Even the great designers I work with first browse some sites to get inspiration for a project. And what we will do is browse graphicriver.net for some artwork that we can use for our social media layouts. And you can do this very simple by going to Web Elements Social Media category, or just type in social media in the search bar. Or if, let's say, you're a construction company, type in construction, and so on. Here you will find thousands of designs from which you can pick one, then adapt it to your own business needs. For example, here's this one for a fancy barbershop. It costs just $2, and you add your own logo, change several text layers, and you're done. Here's another one that would work great for a real estate company. The beauty of using these elements is that they already come in the right image size, so you can have everything done in just a few minutes. So let's just open up Photoshop and show you how simple this is. Before doing anything, I'll let you know how to change the canvas size so that the visible part of your design is the size you want. For this, you either press Ctrl-Alt+C, Command-Alt+C on a Mac, and in the window that appears, you select pixels as a measurement unit and change it to your desired size. You can also select canvas size by going in the menu to Image, Canvas Size. In this case, it's the exact size we need, 851 by 315. After doing this, you're ready to get to work. And as you can see, in my case, I went for a design where I have a blurred background image, a text layer for a quote, other layers for the App Store icon, the phone, the quote marks, and so on. I think if I'm promoting an app, having a realistic screenshot of the app itself would look great if integrated in such a design. And all I have to do is double-click the text layer and change it to the quote I want. Same goes for the quote author. Next, I'll double-click the image layer and add the image of my product. In this case, the template I bought has this image inside image thing. So if you get something like this, just follow the instructions the file creator made, because all artwork from Graphic River comes with a PDF or a text file with instructions and download links for the fonts used. Basically, everything you need. And instead of this place your screenshot image, ideally I would add a screenshot of my app, but since there isn't any, I'll just add my company logo and the slogan. To do so, I'll just open the logo with Photoshop, then unsnap it from the header of Photoshop so I can see both at the same time, and drag and drop the layer of my logo inside the image I am editing. Think of it like having several pieces of paper on your desk and dragging one over the other. And the order of the layers on the right side shows what layer is on top of what. So in case you don't see something, always check if it's beneath something else or outside the canvas. If you want to zoom in or zoom out, press Ctrl+ or Ctrl-, or just change it from the bottom left corner. Also, if you want to change the visibility of a layer, you just click the eye icon beside it. And in order to select the layer, click it on the right area where all the other layers are displayed, and then press Ctrl-T. After that, just click and hold your mouse over it and move it around as you please. If you want to resize a layer or group of layers at the same time, select them on the right side, press Ctrl-T again, then make sure to click Maintain Aspect Ratio so you don't stretch anything out of proportions. Then just move your cursor over the corner of the layer and change its size by dragging the corner inwards or outwards. Once finished, click the checkmark icon at the top and the changes will take effect. Other basic Photoshop features you might need are the text tool, which is this T icon on the left side. Just click it, then click inside the canvas, select the font, font size, and the color, and start typing. Then press the checkmark icon at the top. Moving a text layer is done the same way you move an image layer, and editing it is done by double-clicking its layer on the right side, selecting the text you want to change, and then playing around with various fonts and sizes until you find something that fits your desired outcome. Occasionally, you might need two other tools. It's the eyedropper tool, which you can select from the left side as well, and what this does is take the color of something you click on in Photoshop and remembers it. So for example, right here, we have a lot of blank space. We want to fill it with the same color as the one around the logo. So we use the eyedropper tool and get that color. Then we use the paint bucket tool and make sure the layer on which we will use it is the logo and paint away. And there you have it, no more blank space. So that's about it as far as editing goes. Remember that whenever you make a mistake, you can press Ctrl Z and undo your last step. Press multiple times and you undo even more previous steps. Once finished, press Ctrl S to save. In our case, we have to save all the mother files, so to speak, and this saves the PSD file, which is the source file for our cover photo. But we can't upload PSD files to Facebook, can we? That's why we need to save the file in a different format as well. To do so, you go to File, Save As, and in the File Type section, you either select PNG or JPEG. If you selected PNG, make sure to check Interlaced as well, and then press OK. And now we have our cover. Let's quickly upload it to our Facebook page and see how it looks. Not sure about you, but for something that took us about 20 minutes so far, I think our page is looking pretty great. If you have any headaches with Photoshop, don't hesitate to search the web for answers. Or, since you're already here, why not browse Pluralsight for an introduction course on it? When it comes to the design work for other social media networks, the work pretty much stays the same. The only difference is in image size. So what you will need to do is change the canvas size and move things around so they fit a different format. Or you can use a totally different design if you want. Just make sure to keep a consistent image as far as your company identity goes. Don't use a logo on one network and a different logo on another. That will just confuse people. And that's about it. You now have the skills to create your custom designed layouts for any social media platform you intend to join. Congratulations. Now let's proceed to the next video and learn even more interesting stuff. In this video, we're going to go over the main apps that I recommend you install on your Facebook page. Mostly, we're talking about apps that interconnect your Facebook page with other social media platforms, and also apps that increase your page functionality. So from the start, we have Events. And this is pretty much a standard app that I am surprised not so many businesses take advantage of. To install it, you just go to Settings, Apps, and just click the Add App button. Then you can access the app functionality by going back to your page, More, and add an event. This can be useful for a wide variety of businesses, anything from a product launch to a free session if you offer any form of training, or even open doors events to customers. In the past, this was a fairly simple app, but lately Facebook has increased its utility tenfold. You can now add links to where people can buy tickets, have precise targeting and determine who from your audience will see the event, and I'm convinced they will tweak this even further in the future since it's an extremely effective way to get the word out about any event that your company might have. Moving on, we have the Twitter app, and to find it, you just start typing Twitter for page in the Facebook search area. Click Install, then select the page you want to install it on, insert your Twitter handle, and you're done. Now you'll have a Twitter feed directly on a tab on Facebook. Then we have the YouTube app, where we can interconnect YouTube with your Facebook account. Just type YouTube tab in the search bar, click the app, install application, select the page you want to install it on, then go to Application Settings and start customizing. You have only 3 fields to complete, so this should be fairly simple. You'll need an account ID, a video ID if you want a featured video, and of course select the theme, be it light or dark. To get your YouTube account ID, you just go to youtube.com/account_advanced and copy it from there. And as far as the video ID goes, just go to the video URL on YouTube, and the ID is that gibberish after V equals, and make sure not to copy the part with and feature equals channel or any other meta that YouTube might add. Complete all the 3 fields, then save, and now you have your YouTube account integrated into your Facebook page. Another app you might find extremely useful is Livestream, in case you plan on making any live streaming events. So just search for Livestream, select the page you want to add the app to, log in to your Livestream account, and you're done. Now, these were all Facebook page apps that cater to a wide variety of businesses. Besides them, you always want to have industry-specific apps. So make sure when starting out to do a quick Google search for Facebook page apps for your industry. For example, I had a client who is a voiceover professional, and an app that we found very useful for her was SoundCloud, where we embedded playlists from SoundCloud with her previous work. So people interested in her services can listen directly within Facebook to all her previous work. I'm sure there are Facebook page apps specific to any industry, so once again, make sure to install the ones that cater to your needs. For those of you who want to use more advanced Facebook page apps, I've compiled a list of top 3 services that you can use. In terms of functionality, they can help you do anything from create sweepstakes, coupons, photo contests, HTML fan gates, where you can have people insert their email or like your page to get access to specific content, polls, quizzes, and other creative and crazy ideas that you might have. And these services, in no particular order, are ShortStack, Woobox, and PageModo. The one I used the most was ShortStack, and the reason for this was that I found it the most beginner-friendly of the 3. I'd honestly use stronger language than just beginner, but I don't want to insult anyone. But if I got clients who literally typed with just 2 fingers to use this on their own, I'm sure you'll handle it with no problems. And besides, they have a very detailed resource page which you can access by going to shortstack.com/resources. And you have literally tens of PDF files for anything you plan on doing, be it a lead generation page, a vote to enter a sweepstakes, or a photo vote contest. As far as pricing goes, both Woobox and ShortStack start at $29 a month, while PageModo is just $19 a month, but you have less features and the analytics aren't so accurate. But before spending a single dime, make sure to try things out. And after playing around with their platform, using their service for an actual campaign, decide if you want to commit to one of their plans or not, because I'd much rather have you spend an extra $30 on Facebook ads each month than a membership on a service you don't constantly use. So this is about everything as far as Facebook page apps go. And as you can see, there is plenty of room for experimenting. But what I recommend, not necessarily as your marketing coach, but as an average Facebook user, is to keep things simple and keep the clutter to a minimum. And what do I mean by that is that whenever you do something, have in mind what your end goal is, and don't just do things for the sake of doing them. So if you create an event, decide on your outcome. How many people do you want to participate? If you create a contest, make sure you have clear rules. Know what you want from the contest, be it more people who like your page, or gather a list of emails, or get traffic to your website, or get X downloads on a guide you wrote. Again, make sure you have a clear vision about what you want to achieve before taking action. I worked with countless businesses that when I asked them, so have you ever tried Facebook ads? They replied, yes, but it didn't work. And when I asked, but what was your goal with the campaigns? They all were ashamed by the fact that they weren't quite sure what they spent money on. All they did was spend $5, $50, $500 on ads, expecting more sales for their business, without really looking at the entire funnel of the campaign. Things like, okay, 1,000 people saw my post on Facebook. 100 of them clicked it and got to a custom tab I built. 32 typed in their email and got my free guide, and 4 out of those 32 bought a training program I have after I sent them an email follow-up. So I spent $300 on Facebook ads and got $400 in sales. This is awesome. I need to put more money into this. Or your outcome might be that you spent $300 on Facebook ads and got $250 in sales. So you're at a loss, but this has potential. Try to look for things that you can improve. Or your outcome can also be you spent $300 on Facebook ads and got 0 in sales. Oh my God, something went completely wrong. If this is ever your case, you need to test things out with a smaller budget in the future. Maybe there's a problem with your page. Maybe the email opt-in doesn't work properly. You must find the cause of the failure and never let it happen again. And if possible, try to learn as much as you can from it. And as silly as this monologue was, it's core to any successful social media marketing. In fact, it's essential to creating any business where you need to constantly have a positive ROI, because even if you have third-party investors, they will surely be interested in how their money is being spent.